We need a beat.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Fantasy Cast. I'm your host, Coach V.
And welcome to the fifth quarter fantasy cast. I'm Dr. Dry, and I'm over here, or I'm over there, or
I think you're over here.
Coach V.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh yeah, I pointed to Peepaw and it was Coach V.
Hey, we just learned this at the end of last episode, which we were all pointing the wrong way. It was all mirrored, so now I think this is Doc.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom.
Okay, and this is Vinny right here, but I'm pointing the opposite way for me. So
yeah, so
we got it. We got it down. It only took 3 years of using StreamYard, but nailed it. So we're just three crazy guys who like to talk about fantasy football once a week. As we go through the season, things are wild and crazy. We're getting near playoff time. We're like 4 or 5 weeks out from playoffs starting for a lot of people, and like 7-8 weeks from this whole shebang being over with and you being a winner or a loser or whatever. So it's getting for real. I saw like in some leagues, like there are like trade deadlines coming up. So it's starting to feel like things are happening. I went 1-2 this week. It's looking like I really just have one competitive squad. Peepaw kicked my ass in one league. Dr. Dry kicked my ass in the other league. And so, but the team that's competitive is the team that's winning. So we're doing okay. So how was y'all's fantasy week?
I tell you what, speaking of the playoffs, I just want the playoffs to start sooner rather than later, just so I can not lose any more ground to the people behind me. Because that's all it seems like right now. Is I'm still chugging along, but I still need the playoffs to start so I can get a bye. Because the leagues I'm in the playoffs, The other one I'm either in it or I'm really far down. So ready for it to start. And as Vinny said, I pretty much whooped your ass this week and cleaned the floor with it after that if we were done. And one of my other leagues, I still finished top 3 scorers of the week and lost to the second highest scoring team. So that one sucked a little bit. But my only other league, I lost completely and utterly miserably. And I had 115 total points. This was a super flex league, 115 total to go show how bad of a week I had. And my opponent had 2 guys going still Monday night, and he had 170 points. And I still said I had a 1% chance of winning. I said, so you're saying there's a chance. There wasn't. But, yeah, so we went 2-3 this week, so not too shabby.
Nice. I went 5-5 this week. One in the most important one, I clinched in the cheese. I have not done that yet. Highest scoring team in 3 years, all time. Have never made the playoffs because I have the highest points against. So anyways, finally clinched that. Excited. Firmly in the 2 seed right now, but plan on getting a bye in that one if everything keeps up. I survived, I almost said Justin Timberlake. I survived Jonathan Taylor. So went against him. He dropped a 50 on me. And, a lot of people don't recover from that, but that team's great. We talked about it in the locker room before everybody else went out there, and we were like, hey, let's put up some performances. So we had Jahmyr Gibbs. We had Travion Henderson. The breakout that we've been waiting on all fucking season finally happened. Also some other things. But yeah, a lot to talk about on the show. Excited to be here with you fine gentlemen.
All right. So it's award time. And as always, we like to start with our disappointment award. So this is the folks who let us down. And this is the Hillshire Farm gift basket of disappointment. And I try to just think of new and creative ways to describe this gift every time. And so, think about it like this. It's 1999. You're at one of those like skating birthday parties and You're just there to skate. You're not even sure how you got an invite, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot. What great gift do you get a 9-year-old that you don't know? Meat and cheese. It's basically a Lunchable. You basically just got him a Lunchable for his birthday, and you get to skate. That's all that matters. Is you're skating. He's got a Lunchable. He's not pumped about it, but it's a Lunchable, and like you'll still eat it. And like, yeah, if it's a pizza Lunchable, then that's like a positive. You're not disappointed with a pizza Lunchable. But if someone just hands you meat and cheese in a cardboard box, you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened? And this is what this gift is all about. So these are the players that you're not throwing in the garbage, but you're going to wait till you're really hungry before you eat them again. And so for me, Michael Pittman's been a shining beacon of hope. He's had a weird couple years just with Anthony Richardson and bad quarterback play. So this year's been really nice, and he's become dependable. And then this week happened, and it sucked because it was a big offensive week for some folks on the team, Jonathan Taylor. But he didn't do anything, and he's typically been shining. So that worries me when the team scores a lot and then one guy doesn't, who normally does. I don't like that, but it's not like a S to B situation. It's just a little bit of a warning, but I think he'll bounce back and he'll be fine.
All right. Quick poll here. Does anybody on this show have any shares of Jonathan Taylor?
No.
None.
because I take Vinny's motto every draft year of, does this guy have an injury history? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, don't draft him.
Don't draft people.
I always want other people like more talented people like BTJ and stuff like that. So it, I don't know. Just I can never get in on Jonathan Taylor. That's probably changed now, but I survived him, so I'm not as afraid of him. So the only true number one here, Justin Jefferson. Big disappointment here. Very, very worried about his quarterback situation. I've expressed this several times. It is my main gripe in life. And because of who his QB is, he just can't get him the ball. And he got targets, they just weren't catchable. So I believe he had 4 catches off of 12 targets. And of course, and we'll get more into it. This is the show where I drag JJ McCarthy through the mud. So so this is more so just big worried about Jefferson. Addison, sorry buddy, like it's you're not even at that level and this is happening to you. But if you're coach turned into a little circle.
Technical difficulty. Oh no. Halloween was like last week, bro.
Yeah, he's ghosting. Well, he did his part, so we'll just continue, and then he'll probably be back by showtime. So yeah, Justin Jefferson, just disappointed. It's not his fault, but very worried. So Peeps, I believe you got that orange guy up top.
Yeah, that orange guy up there. We're not talking about thou shall not name, but Cortland Sutton. He speaking of is, I think Coach mentioned games where they're high scoring and your guy doesn't score points. That's worrisome. I don't know what's worse, a game where you should score points and no one scores any points, and it's a primetime game, i.e. every primetime game this weekend. It started off with this banger right here, the Raiders and the Broncos. I really don't know if Troy Franklin is secretly Bo Nix's lover and it's not Cortland Sutton, but like they seem to be having this connection that's undeniable, and Sutton is like the third wheel and he wants it, but he can't have it. And that's just what I'm making up in my mind here. I feel like that's what's going on in Denver. It's kind of weird, but it's working for Troy Franklin. So there were only 4 targets. I can't remember how many times Bo Nix threw the ball, but only 4 targets went to Cortland Sutton with 3 receptions. So tough to trust him going forward with this trend that's happening with Troy Franklin, but you know that Cortland Sutton does have what it takes to be a wide receiver one on team, so I'll still be throwing him. I do have a share of him in one of my leagues, so I'll still be putting him in my roster every single week.
Yeah, definitely a gay love triangle happening in Denver, for sure. Oh, what's this? This is just something I made on the way here. Man, it didn't translate over. It's I made the list in blood, like the chiller font. But basically, I mean, first of all, I guess you guys take a guess at what you think this list is.
The guys that take away points from the running backs who deserve it.
Yes, that's it. So basically, these are the guys where, like, I would love if they just got out of the way. I mean, we got rid of one of them, and you know, this could happen to a few of these other guys. So just wanted to plead my case here, because it's one of the most frustrating things in fantasy whenever the better back is just not getting the opportunities, right? So some of these guys are on the way out. Some of these guys should be on the way out. Some of these guys are getting bigger roles, which is messed up, but and it might be okay with them, but we know what it could be without them. So a lot of different levels to this. Ramondre Stevenson, I think Travion Henderson finally put it to rest, but I still don't know with Coach Vrabel. He might be an idiot. So still a little worried there. Hopefully he stays hurt and Travion can just do his thing. Tony Pollard, I've been banging the tables for Mr. Tyjae Spears to get the start, and because he's hella efficient whenever he gets it, he just doesn't get it very much. Two Kansas City guys, Pacheco and Hunt. I think Pacheco sucks. I think Hunt is just a goal line guy, but he's capable of carrying the load. But Brashard Smith, he's so explosive, and nobody knows it because we don't get to see. Najee Harris, you know, he's out of the way. J.K. Dobbins on his way out. It's almost R.J. Harvey season. R.J. Harvey has made me a monster of a human being because of how poorly I talk about J.K. Dobbins. I like out loud said "yay" whenever he came limping off of the sideline in the third quarter of that really shitty game Thursday night. But yeah, just kidding, Dobbins. He's never been healthy this long. It's crazy. So that's been an outlier. Tyler Algier stealing every touchdown from Bijan Robinson this year. I want to say Bijan has like 2 rushing touchdowns and Algier has 6. So he's tripled him up on the touchdowns. A lot of them being of the 1-yard variety. Bijan does all the work, and then let's give it to Tyler Algier. David Montgomery, we know Gibbs is him. We've seen it now for the last couple years, and you know, they still alternate. And whenever Montgomery's in the game, it's like, I don't know. From a fantasy perspective, completely selfish on the Gibbs side. It's like, why is this guy even in the game? Give it to Gibbs 100% of the time. He'll make you look like a very smart man. And then Kenneth Walker with that little smirk. Zach Charbonnet looks like a weirdo in his profile picture. Very strange looking guy, but Kenneth Walker, I think just isn't as good as Sharbs. And I think Kenneth Walker needs to get traded or go somewhere else. But that's my list. Just needed to rant on it and really break it down. Looked at every team, and these are the 9 guys in the way right now.
For what it's worth, Tyler Algier is the one who like irks me the most. The situation was Arthur Smith still there when they drafted Bijan? Yes.
He was the main downfall for Bijan.
You have a guy who just got a 1,000-yard season as a rookie. We need a better running back. We'll go draft Bijan. He could still be a running back 1 on most other teams. Algier could. So it kind of frustrates me that he is not getting a shot where he probably should have it. But once again, Arthur Smith screwing people over as usual.
Yeah, it's a very unique situation because I liked Algier before Bijan
Yeah.
entered the league. That rookie year he had with 1,000 yards was awesome,
Mhm.
and he was the better of whatever two backs they were using. And then and it's not until we got Bijan who's him like Bijan is literally like the running back. So unfortunately, Algier hey, we don't want to see you anymore if you're on the same team as Bijan. Um, so yeah, that's a unique situation for sure.
Okay, where are we going next?
This is a running back list, but we'll get to him.
Well, hold on. What I think Matt's trying to say here is that JJ McCarthy is holding back Mac Brosmer if he wants to be on this list.
Mac Brosmer, definitely have a few shares of him.
Oh, look, Ramondre. Coming to a game near you soon.
Yes. So this is our Sleep Number Shit the Bed Award. It's for pretty self-explanatory. Those who shit the bed this week, these are the players that you're done with. Either you're dropping them or moving them to the bench until you feel a bit better about them. I'll go ahead and start the JJ McCarthy rant. And I know it's Peepaw's boy from the Michigan days.
I would say his boy. I would say give him a chance. He's still basically a rookie. You had played 4 games or something like that. I'd still say give him a chance.
All right. So
that's my rant.
Here's why I hate JJ McCarthy. But it's not so. I don't know. There's a few things, right? So it's he looks like like his dad has a yacht, and
yes.
He brags about his daddy's money, and basically like he doesn't even need to play in the NFL. He could just run the family business or whatever and not do anything and be rich for life. But definitely one of those guys has I don't know. I hate his face, hate his hair. I know we're opposites, but they gave him the keys to an offense. They have Kevin O'Connell who can turn quarterbacks into he's the quarterback whisperer, and it's just not working with McCarthy. I know it hasn't been a big sample size, but what I've seen from McCarthy is a shit ton of 3 and outs, and he's not even shitting his own bed because he puts up decent numbers for fantasy. He put up like 16 to 20 somewhere in there, but he does nothing for 3.5 quarters. And then whenever there's about 8 minutes left, he's like, oh, we're going to lose. I better start throwing the ball. Yuck. And then he starts throwing it to Jalen Naylor, who's not helping anybody out. So these 2 waiver wire guys are racking up points. Meanwhile, you got Justin Jefferson just getting 12 targets, 8 of them being really bad. He did drop one in the end zone, very uncharacteristic of him, but I'd say most of it's on McCarthy. I think he just waits way too long. You have too much time of 3 and out, and then before you know it, he has shat in Justin's bed, he has shat in Jordan's bed, and he has shat in TJ's bed. So just dropping turds in his teammates' beds. And that's why he fully deserves to be in this bed. And I think he's bad for fantasy. I think there's a real problem there. I miss Carson Wentz, which I never thought I would say, but at least he can sling it. So JJ McCarthy, stay in bed. You really shit the bed, and you're shitting everyone else's bed. And I hope you get benched.
Unless your name is Jalen Naylor.
Unless your name is Jalen Naylor, even if you hardly knew
her. I think I love Arthur Smith. He needs to move to the other side into the actual bed.
I know. He needs to be in bed with him.
Yeah, as a result, DK Metcalf is sitting in here for the 2nd week in a row. I'm just really perplexed by this whole situation. He's on the field almost every single snap. 7 targets, 3 receptions. My favorite part about watching Steelers games is after a pass is incomplete, they cue right to Rodgers' face to see what cuss words he starts saying. Even if it's his fault, he's still cussing out the guy for not catching the ball. And one of the plays looks like DK gave up on it, but now that he got his bank being traded, I kind of wonder if that's causing a little bit of slip in production of him. But either that or it's the Rodgers. I don't know what's really going on out there. He is now ranked wide receiver 28 on the year, so we're now wide receiver 3 category, which is not quite where we thought he'd be sitting at. Probably easily a mid wide receiver 2, but sitting wide receiver 3 at this point in the season. So not great going forward. And he's got the Bengals next week, so you want to play him, but you're kind of scared at the same time. So I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to start him in the one league I got him or not at. But DK, week number 2 in a row. This is getting close to being your bed and having a plaque above the bed with your name on it.
It was almost MHJ's. You had it ready to go.
Oh, yeah. It was ready to go. And then he had a good week, and I'm like, pass.
Well, mine, I feel like mine is similar to DK, another like top round pick who is just, I mean, it's done. It's over for Garrett Wilson. Like if you're in season long, it's over. Like you can't wait for him to come back from this injury. What's he coming back to? There's no quarterback. Like on the football guys, they were like, can he play quarterback? Like that's pretty much like all that's left for him value wise, and it's so true. So I mean, he had a few games pop up at the beginning of the season whenever Justin Fields was playing okay, but yeah, it's just terrible, and so really sucks. I would say, well, yeah, I mean, Garrett Wilson was going ahead of DK Metcalf in most like redraft league fantasy drafts. So this is a sad one for folks because you spent a lot of capital on this pick. But hey, it's every year has those, and this year has their fair share, just like any other year where those top rounders aren't really working out. But it does seem like some of those top rounders are starting to kind of come back around and form into shape, whereas like Garrett Wilson has been on just like a steady slide toward just irrelevancy. So welcome to the bed with JJ and DK and Arthur and Mike Vrabel, and one more fellow that I bet is Dr. Drops.
Yeah.
Ken is open for work.
He's not actually mine. I didn't draft
just a bonus mention.
Yeah, just a bonus mention. I sure as hell don't have JJ McCarthy. So yeah, Kenneth Walker. A lot of times I'll put players on these lists that I don't even own, just like I feel like people could relate. So Kenneth Walker, he's got the open to work banner. He needs to get that resume ready because I think, there's just a better running back in town, and his name is Big Dick Sharp 69. So Kenneth Walker, I just looked it up. He has not hit double digits since week 4. So at this point, we're a couple months into it, and from him being removed from double-digit games, and in a game where, and we had alluded to this a couple times in the show already, when everybody's scoring points, and then your guy's not, he's definitely pissing you off. I've won a championship like that before. It was a random Sunday night, Monday night game, Cowboys versus somebody. And Pastor Joe, our good buddy, he had CeeDee Lamb. All he needed was about 6 or 8 points or something like that. And he got like 5 points, just like a couple catches, 20-something yards. And it just wasn't enough. And they started pulling the stars. They even kept him out. They kept him in a couple more series to try to pad stats, and he just couldn't get any catches. I ended up winning by a point or two. So yeah, kind of like that. Sharps, he's scoring all the points. I want to say he had like 14 or 18 or something like that. Meanwhile, you got Kenneth Walker just scoring 8 points whenever his team scored over 40 real life points. So welcome to the bed, Ken. Very stinky. Oh.
Again. Hey, really, whenever he comes back, though, I really think that Vrabel's going to stick him right back in the starting slot, regardless of whatever Henderson does. It's going to be a sad day, too.
Oh, that's going to piss me off, because
I really think it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, let's focus on some good things, like those who surprise. So this is the McDonald's 11th McNugget Award. This is, the same feeling that you get whenever you go to McDonald's, order a 10-piece. Of course, you're going to count them because you don't want to be shorted or anything. And they can't count. They gave you an 11th McNugget. What a good surprise. So that's how these guys kind of are. And who's that? Who did the big fella in the middle?
Well, I selected JMO for this week because this is he's back on it. Was it a coincidence that Dan Campbell took over the play calling and he re-emphasized JMO on the offense? Because I feel like that's something that's been missing this year for Detroit. And shout out to Dr. Dry because he had JMO on his call your shot last week.
The comeback.
And so yeah, he called that, and it was a really good week. And it really was just like I didn't watch much football with my eyes, but I tuned in very briefly to the Detroit game to watch that JMO drive where like Campbell was just like, let's get the ball to JMO like 4 times in a row until he scores. And so they did, and it was really nice to see that. And hopefully they come back to it. I think 2 out of the past 3 weeks, JMO's been in like double-digit fantasy points. So hopefully they can re-emphasize him because he's been. I mean, his breakout last year was huge. It's been kind of a letdown. Hopefully they can get back to that.
Can you imagine Dan Campbell walking up to you and say, "Hey man, I'm going to take the player calling this week." Yes, sir. You just give that over, and he does what he does. And they were talking about how this is the most active the Detroit offense has been in weeks. So that was great to see. The guy I got is sitting on, would that be considered his? That's his right shoulder, but our left. Woody Marks up there. He seems to have taken over the backfield there in Houston. He was on the field for 80% of the snaps compared to 13% for Chubb. So great to see. Marks is the running back 11 on the week, which was, as we can all agree, all thanks to superstar quarterback Davis Mills. Who needs this guy named
Number 1
CJ Stroud, Yeah, number 1 quarterback, Davis Mills on the week. So 14 attempts for 63 yards with 2 receptions on 3 targets. Overall, great day for Woody Marks, and good to see that on him, and good to see Houston moving to a younger talent that is more explosive there at running back. So Woody Marks is the McNug of the week.
Yeah. So let's see. I got Mr. Brees Hall, and this is a mismanagement McDonald's McNugget Award. I benefited nothing from this. So I actually had him in the bed with all the poop and all that stuff and the PP and all those bad things. He was in there as a future shit the bed person because he was talking about getting traded, and if they don't trade him, like maybe they won't use him. All the things were there for him to get blackballed, right? So anyways, I actually benched him in the Dick Perry League. So benched him in the Dick, and he anyways, he goes off for like 18, 19 points. Looked great. I don't know. I saw a video of him like riding a go-kart around in the facility, and I was like, oh, this guy's checked out. Like he's just doing whatever he wants because he didn't get the trade. He's not practicing. He's not doing his drills. All those things. And so I benched him, and I don't know. I started some shitty guy, and anyways, it was not good. So, we have a trade question, which we'll get to in just a second, Carlos Bob. So yeah, Brees Hall, he is the McDonald's 11th McNugget Award for Week 10 on out of my entry. And anyways, I think his success will continue. It feels weird because I know he wants out of there, and hopefully they just keep it. So we did get a trade question. Should I trade DeAndre Swift for Jalen Warren PPR league? Thanks, Carlos Bob 4940. Good question. That's a close one. I think it's even. What do you guys? Anybody have a strong opinion on it, one way or the other, or a way that you would lean?
I am currently looking into. It's pretty fair.
I mean, just based off feel, I would hold tight on Swift because I feel like he has a higher ceiling than Jalen Warren, but Jalen Warren has a more stable, reliable floor. So I guess it really just depends on where. For me, it depends on where your team is at. Are you looking to really like gain reliable points each week, or are you at a point where you need like big point weeks just to like make playoffs? Because Swift has more potential to do that.
And here's
win
your
games.
problem with Pittsburgh's schedule is weeks 14 Baltimore, week 15 Miami, which should be fine. 16 Detroit and 17 Cleveland. So not a ton of favorable running back matchups coming up if you make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Swift at this point.
Yeah.
At this
if
point,
you can stay healthy, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think, so trading for Jalen Warren, I guess I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it.
But it's very even. I mean, I wouldn't call you an idiot if you did it. Like it's, it could easily go one way or the other. So, anyways, or you could try to, and I know this week is trade deadline, but yeah, I would say look at kind of where you're at in the standings and what makes sense for your team, and talk to the rest of your team about it, because you don't want to bring in some guy that doesn't fit in into the locker room well. You don't want to bring in some weirdo. So make sure you just talk it out with your team. Let them know.
He's got a second one.
Okay.
Oh no. No.
No, yeah, that's a quick no for me, dog. Yeah, I'd keep
That's
McMillan
a big no, dog.
Swift. I'd keep McMillan and Swift because then you're doubling down in that Pittsburgh offense with Metcalf and Warren. Metcalf, he's been on our sleep number shit the bed segment the past 2 weeks now, and love the talent and everything. But I mean, if you're new here, which I think Carlos is a new friend, we have a lot of strange awards, but yeah, you see DK Metcalf right in that nasty bed with Garrett Wilson, JJ McCarthy, Kenneth Walker. He's in some bad company, so I'd probably stay away from that. And it sounds like you have a pretty good team. So I would if you feel like you need to make a move, it's good to be getting creative with those 2-for-2s and things like that. I think you definitely understand like fair trades and things like that.
They are fair trades. I will give them that.
Yeah, you're not like trying to screw anyone over or throwing out idiot stuff or anything like that. Definitely good fair trades. So Carlos, Bob, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and you could be our 60-second subscriber. So slowly taking over YouTube, and welcome to FQF Nation. If you subscribe. All right. So, and there's the button. So yeah, this, man, I messed up the graphic here, but it's supposed to say Ramondre Chodemongler Fumbleson. And he's fumbling a third time on our show. Pretty crazy. And I'll let Peepaw explain this one.
Oh, naturally, it looks like RJ Harvey's like swimming. He's like, he's the guy that said
swimming up to the shore. Yeah.
They
told like him. At first, I thought he was drowning and he needed to be rescued.
No, it's a hey guys, we're gonna get a family photo shoot, and he says, but I'm still in the water swimming, having fun, and they left him out there and just in the background.
Fine, just stay out there.
Uncle Rico always Uncle Rico, this is his weight room. He surveys the men, trains them up, gets them right, because he is here every single week. He is him. This week here, these are the guys that excelled and went above and beyond. If you had a end of year evaluation, you would have got 10 out of 10s or 11 out of 11s for every category. That's these guys this week. My guy is Matt Stafford. He I was going to put Jonathan Taylor in this segment, but I'm really just quite frankly pissed at him right now because he doesn't stop scoring. But aside from that, I took his basically what could be his father, Matt Stafford. Quarterback 7, 41, I think, years old, still getting it done. Quarterback 7 on the season and 2 on the week with 24 completions. And he's now had at least 4 touchdowns in the past 3 games. 3 games ago, he had 5 touchdowns. So he's on a roll. I believe he's entered into the potential for MVP category. So played against San Francisco, which is obviously depleted on the defense. But Stafford is surrounded by talent all over the place, and he's just getting it done week in, week out. So, Stafford, you might be the smallest guy up there, but you are the biggest in the Rams' hearts.
Dare I say the best physique out of all 4 of them.
Oh, absolutely. Chiseled.
Look at that. Yeah. So, anyways, I got a couple beefcakes up here. We got Travion Henderson. And you know me, I've been trying to call it and missing for, about 10 weeks now, but he did it. He had the breakout. Very much worried about Mike Vrabel just saying, "Oh, Ramondre Stevenson's so good, let's give him the ball." But hopefully he's not that much of an idiot. Hopefully Travion gets to do it again Thursday night against the Jets. I think it's set up for him to have another big week. Oh, hey, Denver. 4-year-old is now joining the show. Hey, come on. Say hi to the people.
Hi. What are you doing?
Can you talk about Henderson a little bit?
Yeah. What do you think of Travion?
Is that Vinny?
Yeah, that's funny. What do you think about Travion Henderson?
He's awesome.
All right. All right. Good job.
Well said.
Yeah, so he's awesome. As we know, he put up some crazy numbers. It was really cool just him finally getting a shot and them seeing what they could do. And they've been winning with Ramondre Stevenson, but I think they saw they could be winning by more if they just use Henderson. I love that he was so fast that he had time to check with the coaching staff before scoring or not scoring. And I'm glad they told him to score too. I think that scored him some major points because we know that they hate him for no reason. So Travion Henderson, my first guy. Trey McBride, I mean, he's an obvious one. I just feel like he hadn't been on here yet, but I know I firmly had him at the number 1 spot above Brock Bowers. I know Brock's been hurt and everything, but Trey McBride truly is him. And luckily, Jacoby Brissett knows that. Kyler knew it too, but Jacoby really, really knows it. So those are my 2 weights for men flexes of the week.
I'll say whenever I see Trey McBride playing, Coach sent us a picture of some high school boys with their pictures and asked us to describe who would beat us up. That'd be Trey McBride. He would eat me, chew me up, spit me out, and kick my butt to the curb. And he's just absolute unit out there.
A unit.
Yeah. So
unit.
There is praise peeps. So there is another guy just out there he's swimming up. He's saying that he's on his way because he's a future weights for men flex of the week. RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins seeking a second opinion, and I think he's going to be out. I think RJ Harvey, he had 18 yards last week. But we are going to see him get a true shot, and he's going to show the world what he can do. So, RJ Harvey, you're up next. Just wanted to throw you on there a week early, bud. Hopefully it doesn't have the opposite effect like Breece Hall had, but in a negative way.
When they get multiple opinions, do you think they go to one doctor and they don't like what the doctor says and say, "No, I want to try it again"? So then they go to another doctor and say, "I don't like what you said." So then they get a third opinion. And they just keep getting opinions until they hear the answer they want.
Yeah.
I like you.
Hey, Say peace out.
Peace out.
All right.
Double peace out. Out. Double
South.
out.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Double rock and roll. Let's both do it.
Ah! All right, cool. All right, good job. All right, see you, buddy. Go to bed. It's very late.
That's a great ritual. I love that.
Yep.
Close
the door, sir.
So my guy is who I like to call the Wad God. That's Jalen Waddle. And so the Wad God has showed up. There was a lot of doubt about him this season. And then there was a hell of a lot of doubt whenever Tyreek Hill went down. Can he be the wide receiver one? Can he be worth anything with crappy quarterback play? And the answer is, yeah, sure, why not? So far, so good. So, I'd say people are pleasantly surprised that he is on the weights for men. So this is definitely someone who's been like climbing through the ranks from like Hillshire all the way to McNugg, and then finally he's a weights for men guy. So I think the Wad God has earned it, and yeah, so I think he's an every week starter in your lineup. Even with bad quarterback play, he finds a way to get points. So yeah, welcome to the beach, Mr. Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, he's really come a long way. I believe he was. I want to say he might have set the record last year for being in the bed with Amber Heard, that the original number bed. It was rough, but yeah, I think the last 2 years he was like a serial bed shitter, and now he's on the beach with his little friends.
He's made it. He had to earn it.
Yeah. So without further ado, obviously it costs money to keep these lights on, and we can't do it without our sponsors. So we do have a brand new sponsor, Herbert's Pervert Service. Run that shit.
Oh, well, hey there. It's me, old pal Herbert. Guess what? Your neighborhood pervert has a service. That's right. Herbert's Pervert Service. Herbert's Pervert Service is here for all of your sneaking, creeping, and peeping needs. So check out our brand new website over at herperserve.com.
Thanks, Herbert.
Thanks, Herb. We give them full, no filtering. When they want to sponsor an ad, we say, yes, go ahead. What do you want to talk about? We just let them have at it. And
when you're a young show, you can't say no. You have to say yes.
I will say you might want to check with your IT department, or if you want to test the strength of your security on your computer, check out the website and just see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely go to the website, see what happens.
All right.
Have any of y'all ever needed sneaking, creeping, or peeping services?
I don't think so. I mean,
nope.
Is there a
don't think so?
No, I mean, I would think like sneaking and creeping and peeping would kind of be like a private investigator.
That's like a PI, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Except like a really perverted one.
Yeah, because like a
extracurricular.
A perv doesn't want to get it secondhand. They want to experience it firsthand. So you wouldn't hire a Herbert. Like, you just go do it. But I guess he's guaranteed.
Doing it to someone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like you have an enemy.
Do you think Herb is best friends with a guy named Tom? Because you have Peep and Tom, and what if they go on missions together?
Best buds.
And Herbert told me 0 AI was used. If you thought there was any AI on this image, like, don't worry, he doesn't know anything about AI. So this was non-AI generated.
He does look very private investigator-ish too.
He wanted that to be like said on the front end.
It looks like it could be in South Park, like the early days.
It does.
Yeah. Very good.
I think that's the technology that Herb is like up to. Like he's a good 20 years behind. So, whatever.
All right. Let's do shoot your shot, boys. This is our segment where it's a guy you believe in is going to have a great week, as Doc had last week with JMO. So let's keep that rolling this week with your quarterback.
All right. So I'm going to go with someone who had a horrible week, but it's the bounce back. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh, I was too. Jinx.
Okay. Yeah. So Jinx, double pinks, owe me a Coke. So Aaron Rodgers, and a few reasons. And like, I don't know in what world you're starting him, but like
super flex. I was gonna have this as part of mine. I would only start him in super flex. I'm not gonna trust him enough to start him in normal league. One quarterback.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like if your option, if it's one QB and you're just really unlucky at picking quarterbacks, your guy keeps getting hurt or something, and it's between like Aaron Rodgers, Brissett, someone else, like those JJ McCarthy, like I would put Aaron Rodgers in there. Mainly matchup. They're going against the Bengals. If you're going against the Bengals, like there's probably going to be a lot of touchdowns, and it's going to be a piggy bank game. So yeah, I think he just bounces back. I think he's not someone who usually has like multiple bad games in a row. I also think he just gets things going at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Bengals, they can score. They got young Joe Flacco out there slanging it, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to keep up. They put on a show last time too, so they had that thriller of a Thursday night game. So watch for Aaron Rodgers to make a bounce back.
I'll make a pivot here real quick, since you stole my guy here. I'm going to go with Jordan Love, who hasn't had the best outings the past couple weeks here. Close to single digits for both weeks, but this week he does get the New York Fighting Giants. And historically, the past couple weeks, those games have been some pretty big shootouts. So I'm going to err on the side of Jordan Love this week to have himself a bounce back and have a pretty big week.
I almost beat him. So those are double. Those are the opposite ends of the spectrum from the FQF. He's definitely like, maybe this is his last chance. Like before he's S-B. He'll be S-B for me next week unless he does something. Because he's on the cusp. It's do or die. Mine is, I'm like double shooting my shot. I'm doing Davis Mills. So first, CJ Stroud doesn't play. So first, I'm calling that CJ Stroud sits another week with the concussion, and then 2, he's going to have a good week. It's just the Titans, and so he's been rolling. And I think the only reason he qualifies for this segment is because of the CJ Stroud coming back. But I think they're going to slow roll it a little bit, let Stroud rest up some. They've won with him in, and he's fantasy-wise, he's been fantastic. I don't even care about what's happening on the field, but they care about that. So I think CJ Stroud gets another week off. Davis Mills plays. He plays the Titans. It's going to be a great week.
I would probably – would you still throw CJ Stroud out there?
Like if you're the coach?
No, for your shoot your shot segment. If he plays instead of Davis Mills.
You know what? CJ Stroud would be equivalent because he came off the best week of his season before he had the concussion, and he's coming back.
I'm going to be forced to play him in my super flex league. So Jackson Dart concussion man, So
very cool though.
Very cool man.
Yeah. Well, so actually the the Titans, they didn't take that bye week to get better or anything. They probably got worse. They're probably going to be even more rusty coming out. So yeah, definitely big game for Davis Mills / CJ Stroud.
I imagine them being a team that went to Six Flags
to celebrate
and just exactly, and just rolled roller coasters all day for their bye week. All right, running back. Let's go with that.
This might be yours, Doc, and we can have the same one. But I mean, RJ Harvey. Like, I mean, you can have more time to talk about him because you've earned the time to talk about him. I'll just say it's KC. Denver likes to show up against KC, and Doc can fill you in on the rest, all the anticipation and excitement.
So RJ Harvey, he's someone that and you have a share of him from a rookie draft. So I know you've been waiting on this for a while. Fell in love with the man's college tape. If you watch his highlights, you can tell how special he is. Definitely a seasoned rookie. He's like 24 years old, so kind of old, but that's okay. He's prime age. And honestly, they've been holding him back because he's had to wait for J.K. Dobbins to get hurt. And he didn't even do anything last week. It's just something that we know. It's something that we know the makeup of him. We know how talented he is. We've seen it, and there have been glimpses and flashes throughout the year, but he hasn't consistently gotten the ball yet. So he's even had a 3 touchdown game without consistently getting the ball. I want to say he scored a couple weeks ago. And I actually, I kind of spoke this into his existence. I was texting you guys during that Thursday night game, and I said in all caps, J.K. Dobbins will get injured tonight. I said, I will see him in my office tomorrow morning. And lo and behold, I was that first opinion. So, of course, he wanted that second opinion from another doctor, a real doctor. So that's what happened there. But J.K. Dobbins definitely hurt for longer than just one game. So fire up R.J. Harvey. He's him, and it's time to finally, take him off the leash, let him run wild.
I've got Travion Henderson this week, pending whatever Vrabel decides to do here. But Travion Henderson have another good week back-to-back. This week he has another juicy matchup here against the Jets. So should be a fantastic game, assuming that he does get to play. An alternate to that is going to be Ashton Genty. He's got the delicious matchup against the Cowboys, who can't stop anything. So I look for him to have a massive game too.
Yeah, it's I guess Travion's going to be running in the Hendy 500 because he's going to be going super fast.
Wide receiver time. I've got T. Higgins. I know. Crazy here. Whether he gets an injury on the first play of the game or not, who knows? But low-hanging fruit would have been Jamar Chase, but we're going T. Higgins. I do think that game against the Steelers should be a game in which most of these guys should be able to eat. So, and T. Higgins has been playing a little better as of late as well. So looking forward to T. Higgins having a big week. And the Steelers have had 216 throwing attempts on the defense. The second most is the Colts with 212, and then third is 202 with the Giants. So you have decently significant drop-off after that down to the fourth place team. So, we're talking half a game worth of extra targets for your team that your team's had to face on defense. So I think that's going to continue this week. They've been a very pass-prone defense and letting up lots of points on top of that. So T. Higgins this week.
I was like, what game are we playing? I didn't know what was happening. I got QJ, Quentin Johnson this week. So he's been kind of disappearing a little bit, but still involved, like very much a part of the offense, just not like he was at the beginning of the season. But we lost to Rondé Gatson, or possibly have lost to Rondé Gatson. So I'm anticipating him either being limited in some way or being out, and that opens the door for a little more QJ action. But honestly, it really is just going to come down to whether like Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert, sir.
Is it him?
my God. Breaking news. So yeah, I think QJ is going to be a little more involved, like he was at the beginning of the season. Just a few more opportunities, but it really will just come down to, is Herbert the pervert going to be able to stand tall and throw the ball to him?
Yeah,
he's a tough guy. I think he will.
Going to be focused enough, or is he going to be peeping on some other people? But hopefully he has eyes for QJ there. Mine is my wide receiver that I'm shooting my shot with is Parker Washington. So Parker Washington, he's had 17 points the last 2 weeks, not combined, 17 each. And anyways, the Jags wide receiver room is kind of wide open right now. I mean, you got Travis Hunter, season-ending injury, surgery they just had. BTJ, I mean, he's been in and out, huge disappointment. I got one league. I'm in dead last, and I'm the guy with the podcast, and it's like a free church league with my friends. And anyways, yeah, we even have a child in there. And anyways, I started that draft with Malik Neighbors and BTJ. So that's how that happens. It's hard to compete when you don't have a first and second round pick, and then your best player was picked in late third round. So yeah, it's BTJ though, you know, he's been in and out, huge disappointment. Parker Washington, he's answered the call. He's been very, I don't want to say consistent because he doesn't get a ton of volume yet, but definitely proving himself. I think he's someone, I mean, Jacoby Myers is there now, but Parker Washington, I think he's someone that they're comfortable with. I know that they've liked him a lot in that organization over the last couple years, and he's finally getting a real chance to prove that he belongs as a starting receiver on the Jaguars. So look for that to continue this week.
Last but not least, everyone's favorite position, the tight end here. Let's be real. Everyone loves the kicker more than the tight end. So, shout out to my kickers out there. Bosgod. Zach Ertz is my pick this week. Spicy, right?
Consistent.
Zach Ertz, they're playing against the Dolphins, who over the season and the past month in general, letting up around the top 5 defensives that have been letting up the most points to the tight end position. I think he's going to be a good, safe dump off for Mariota and when he's in trouble. So I'm going to be looking at Zach Ertz to have himself a decent game this upcoming week against Dolphins defense.
Nice. Yeah. I was thinking about doing him, and I'm actually going to go with 100% Cotton, K. Otten.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, double digits in the last 4 out of 5 games. He's coming off of a huge volume day. He had 12 targets, hauled in 9 of them for 82 yards. So that's 17 without a touchdown. So, and the way that the Bucks are right now, you know, they're kind of spreading it out a bit. He's kind of that safety blanket for Baker, and you know, they're down Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. He's not coming back, and then you got Igbuka, but he's kind of cooled off a little bit. Tez Johnson starting to emerge a little bit, but K. Otten very consistent over this last half of the season. So K. Otten's someone I would feel comfortable shooting my shot on. If you don't have one of those top 2 tight ends or something like that, or at least one of those top 5 that you're comfortable with week after week, and you play roulette at the tight end position, he is available in some leagues. Put a waiver claim in on him. If you need a tight end, go with K. Otten.
Speaking of roulette, if you like gambling, don't forget to plug in fifth quarter fantasy cast at Underdog, and they will match your first deposit up to $1,000, and we get an extra $10 to play with. And we love playing with some free money here on the show, so don't forget to use code fifth quarter fantasy cast at Underdog.
Do it.
So I got the guy on the other side of the ball. So I got Dawson Knox. So
is he going to play?
Dawson Knox.
Oh, Dawson. I was thinking of Kincaid. He's the one who's got the hammy.
Yeah, so we got Bucks and Bills coming up this week, and so Kincaid out. Dawson Knox used to be like such a vulture for Kincaid, and then this year it finally like kind of flipped, and Kincaid is actually like doing his thing. So I think he just gets back to like doing what he does and scoring touchdowns. I don't think he's gonna like put up big yardage, but I think the Bucks are gonna force this to be a back and forth down the field game, and so Josh Allen and company are gonna have to throw the ball a bit, and I think Dawson Knox is gonna get some of that action this week.
Oh.
Oh, wee.
Yeah, you know who else gets a lot of action is Patrick Walker.
Wee.
Whee!
There was a video that came out of this pig that got loose in Buffalo. It was a pet pig, and this woman, you know, the people that typically put on the news. This woman was being interviewed, and she said, "Yeah, next thing I know, the pig was all up on me and biting my hair." And I'm like, "Were you like laying down when this pig came
run
up?"
away.
And so the owner was a cop, and then his explanation to why he bit her hair was, "Yeah, he probably just smelled good." And she was saying, "Yeah, he was just thrashing my head like you shake a bag of popcorn."
There was someone sent a video. It was about this guy, and apparently he likes to share how he would cook certain cartoons. So he was like sharing how he would cook Peppa Pig, and it sounded really delicious. And yeah, I forget who it is, but apparently he's got several videos like that of just like what he would do to different cartoon animals and how he would cook them. Anything from like Pikachu to Peppa Pig. So
Does he have how he could?
All things say Patrick will be on that list soon.
one at a time, guys. What?
I was gonna say that's all thanks to Patrick. He'll be next.
Yeah. Your turn, Vinny.
Does he have a how he would cook Caillou video?
Caillou's bad for kids. He makes monsters.
Yeah, I feel like you could like maybe blend Caillou into ice cream really easily. Like,
He looks pretty soft served.
yeah, not a lot of give, not a lot of give. No, too much give. He just blend
Very
right up.
very bulbous.
Yeah.
Head.
What
Like,
about Arthur?
Lots of blubber, yeah, like from a whale is involved in his head.
Did you say Arthur?
Yeah, what about Arthur? He had that football-shaped head.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd
Arthur
have
and
to like really skin Arthur. I feel like he's got a lot of fur.
All right, I think we're good here now.
he might taste real gamey.
Yeah, he looks gamey to me. Soak that shit in vinegar overnight.
Yeah, you would need a lot of work with it.
With that, we got 5 things. You have to live, laugh, love, like, subscribe. 2. What are we going to?
Oh, the 3/4 fantasy cast. I got it.